Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. We're five people that have already joined. Thank you for joining the U-Turn today. We're going to talk about a very, very important topic. It's all mentorship. Mentorship. But before that, I encourage you to share this video. And this is something that I'm very excited about it. U-Turn ladies are also excited about it. Maybe we'll see some few faces joining on the road. But for now, I want you to share this video while I just give a few brief update about what is happening across the globe. So thank you again, U10 community. Thank you always for showing up. And if you are new to the U10, then we always actually say who we are because Nanyira and who they are, that is where you will listen to them. And it will be very important on, especially today, topic on mentorship. So the U10, Yiran Jadid, Ben U10 is a platform that is really empowering our communities. It's all things U10ing to empowerment. All of us, and Kudwaldu, Atieng Riagwai, you are my role model, and I will be talking to you about mentorship and role modeling and why they are really important key things in personal growth and professional growth as well. So thank you for being here and for always being part of this U10 community. So, as always, that is what we do. We bring people on the show to share their stories, to share their experiences, to share the work that they are doing in community to empower our community members. And sometimes we share resources. Now, no opportunity to bend to us, non youth and we share. Even on topic that are relevant that we want our community members back at pink you can share. So it's more about positive influence, youth, and that is what I will say today. And before we go to the topic of today on mentorship, I want to acknowledge that there are so many things that are happening right now in our community and on the globe. I know Nyan Chirari Albert uniform launching is happening in Juba. There are many plans in US that are happening. They will be launching of Sukar Jale. There is a Juang and everything else. On that, there are also political issues that are happening. We know about the tariffs to US and how it is affecting all of us. Walk out of Canada, walk out of Japan, walk out of Australia and US, and how all these things are happening. And of course, there are issues of deportation. No case, check follow online. Makula Kintu from Congolese to deport to South Sudan. Kulela non issue. Le South Sudan. Kiranda. Iran Congolese go South Sudan. Buku lui ke yup ke ni business ke nye ke lwa ka nye ka chin lui our foreign affairs lui threaten our go ka lui deep in. So there are so many good things that are happening that are catching people attention. But before we get to those, some of those things, okay, one of our U10 lady, Chola Ditch, Dorcas, and the sometimes it's important to focus on things that are within our control, things that we can impact. And that is why today's topic is very important because we will talk about things that are within our control as individuals. Because one, each and every one of us, no, and that is the point on the drive room that I know ki ake dia kalam bija ake da na be ke dia bi tiang ria bai ke de be ku du yin edit bi ran bento den bi ke de ka ja ake da la lob jalo country and jalo globally then in get yen kam chiatin. So today the most important thing that we want to talk about it's mentorship. What is mentorship? And who is a mentor and why is mentorship important? Thank you, Majang Nial. So before I can go into that conversation on mentorship, I want to talk about something that you're confused with mentorship, your role modeling. I know many people online and on the U10 community, I enjoy my mentor call, but sometimes I realize, oh my god, am I really a mentor or am I a role model? Right? So I want to differentiate that thing first. So who is a role model and who is a mentor? So I will start with role model. So role model, it can when you why you example the wa kor ban ya ba chere in ke ya role model. So chere an when I tell be ara an tinyi dadu era an puch but an yar tien kaka luothi, tien yemthin, tien chethin, tiera juerthin, ibe rieden ye moy aniar, and you won by chier ran. Cuman rande ja lo kwal kure tom to dala kwal flip. Some people want to be like me. They want to be happy always. Big doll. No, go up to dog in there, right? So and a battle. When I used to make some short clips and I make sure I am fun. Some people caution me like in bed dollar rate, so it makes your message come out as strongly as it should be. So they don't want to model that. So those are role modeling. So role model when you think no ran ka low and you want to but cherry but tong broad cherry. I in role modeling a different kind of mentorship. Personally, and I had so many role models. And if I taught in the diet, you need a parent, being a parent, being a mother or father, you need a first role model to your child. And you can be a mentor. So you can be both role model and mentor to your child. As a mother of two little girls, I usually, just imagine myself when I was growing up, and being a child. Now, mama, she was a role model to me. There are some things she goes, oh my God, I wouldn't be chairman. But she was also a mentor to me. Which Ban Jamale, how that mentorship uh, can be expensive. So role model, not how you grow up, Jalo school it can different things. Oh my goodness, there are people that are successful in education, and I want to be like them. Right? Sometimes your role model can even be a character in book, can be just an imaginative figure. Chumani yechu masiera, and when one accord, cherry yechu, we all look up yet. Na ko no ku karach. Kira kor we bro help chi jong ma no one want to to model kara ye jokolo everyone want to model good thing. So personally, I had many role models, and one time in school age, I think my first role model, and I shared earlier, was that I wanted to be a lawyer. And came my childhood dream. I want to be a lawyer, but there were no lawyers around me. Okay, nyeke, kachin lawyers, ke diar ke nyeke. But na jala kuni syllabus bo Kenya, go Martha Carola, UK lawyer very chap chap, ya kwente, thing ye tough, you know. Well, yeah, I want to be like Martha Karua, so I want to be like her. And then I read later on about other HR Iron Lady and other Iron Ladies before her, and it became very interesting that I take on ye, I take on ping. Now, Berber, when you book, boom, it's your band cousin, gifted hands, cái bạn bạn nhát chia cái bài chia bạn cousin although anh chưa mọi that but anh chỉ thôi insan but the way Chen and Peter you acting the way Chen started the thing I wanted to be like Ben Cousin. Those are role models. And then I realized no, it doesn't work. There are people refugee background when get to Chen and we have been looking around me. Refugee girls who were like me in my situation, that I want to model. They were doing well in school. I wanted to be like a theory of wache jamo e wo kwirut but cha tinga cha ping tien kaka lwati na won ba chere ye and yom dio at the time bia dina bit be ben ber ku yo ke and well oh my god I want to be like them in terms of school and success. Those were my role models growing up. Uh, so right now, maybe no koko beran wo kind of role model and what a jam I walk with it, but why one ani buguto dolda online and there's so many people to an it's in a chill of Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn baran balo kwene kangulo okay. Right now you can just go to my Canada page and see a yingalo can sukuli one role model and then you see how they carry they layer anything or layer p anything I go and p anything public then you want to be like them. Many people I know they want to be like Obamas, especially Kero, and thank you Agasan. So those are role modeling. But today's topic is really about mentorship, which is different from role modeling. And I want to start by defining who is a mentor. And so, a mentor, Iran, with someone who see talent or potential in you more than you can see yourself. Like if someone you think man, I'm not good to like you will go far. Sometimes you don't even know you have that ability or you have that talent or you have anything. But a mentor is someone who sees, see more talent in you than you see yourself. But actually, in there, they help you to actually bring that out. They help you to bring that out. In mentorship, our first mentors in our life, and we jam, for example, myself, uh, my first mentor is Mama dear, and all of us yet I have first mentors for, right? They see men that these are not goodwill and men not strong will, and they help you to cultivate if they are present mothers. I know some mothers now challenges, and they may not have the resources to nurture your potential, but many mothers want it can be better than anybody else, even more than their fathers. Of course, fathers, I have mentors too. They want to see their children be better than them. Thank you, Dorcas, my niece. I'm happy about that role modeling, and that is why we are here to help good model. My role model too. Kaloike, I can very, 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 very empowering, and they will be had here on the U-turn in the few days to come. So back to the topic. So a mentor is someone who see the potential in you, who believe in you more than that. Teachers, I am mentors. I remember, and my heart was warm recently. I was talking with one of my boomer deputy head teacher, boomer primary school, Kapuma. And John Patrick, oh, wow, Nana, God, you need John Patrick, oh, wow, or Patrick, wow. I didn't get each other online. And he just befriend me. This person, after many years, more than now, it's more than like almost 20 years, since time, 18 years, since time when my primary school. And he messaged me, and I was just reading about his comment remark in my podcast. All teachers, they see something in you and they put remark. Man, chola kwal Philippine, teacher in my report card. Man, chola kwal Philippine. And a potential in education. After a good environment, one day that was he sees something, right? And he used to encourage me. And many other teachers who were my role model at the time. So those are people that see the power in you, and they encourage you, so that you become your best self. And so the parent, Achan Kejam, the teachers, Achan Kejam, plus, could be like guardians or community people that are around you that will be in well. And so, Alakir, welcome to the show. I've just started to define who the mentor is. So we are talking about mentorship today, and many people are in the chat here, sharing about what they think about mentorship and role modeling. So before I come to like John with my story, who the mentor is, who is a mentor? So mentor can be a parent, they are teachers, they are common near and there could be, you can have different mentors. You can have academic mentor, you can have financial mentor, you can have social or leadership mentor, coach, or someone that want to bring out the leadership in you. You can even a non talent when you got a sport, you can have a sport mentor. Or you writer, you want to bag the stories, or you need storyteller, you can have a mentor in that space. So mentorship, I can't define in one thing. I just think role modeling, because there are no expertise in that specific area, and they see the best in you and they want to cultivate that thing. Then now, and they work with you hand in hand in care mentorship. Personally, even where did, there are mentors that identify and your parent, these are given, right? Your parent want to be a mentor because you are given to them, and they have to grow you. Teachers, of course, institutional role in school is their job to make sure they nurture your talent, they nurture your skill, they nurture your abilities. They see the best in you and encourage you to thrive. It's good for them. It's good for their careers. It's good for their school. Those are people. But then there are also mentors when you reach out. And there are mentors who reach out to you, right? So before when Jamal and my mentors and how they have influenced me, I want to first of all thank many people here, be it my siblings, here my social circle, my small circle, who see the best in me and encourage me. and coach like a lawyer, and to help me because I identify the areas that I need mentorship. I want to acknowledge that. So I don't want career Ben summarize. I want to Balakir welcome to the show, and to be not what mentorship mean to her, and exactly say who has influenced her now, personally or professionally, to be where she is. And then I will come back to now speak specifically about my personal and professional mentors, specifically professional mentors in the area of my focus today, after Jana introduction. So, Lakina, welcome, and thanks for joining.
Thank you, Rhoda. Sorry, everyone, for being late today. Kakapedia kajajot, but I'm glad I was able to make it, and I'm specifically excited about this topic, mentorship, as I've seen the power of mentorship in my life. I've seen it in other people's life, and I think it's a very important conversation to have because it will make a difference between where you are right now and where you see yourself in the future. So I caught a bit of awkward conversation, and speaking of mentorship and people mentored her in her life, and I think I relate to that. We have a lot of these conversations offline, and I think we're on the same page on a lot of things. So what I'm going to ask is, if somebody who has changed your life has been a mentor, who has been inspiration, if you're watching, please mention them in the chat. Like, let them know they've done something amazing in life. They've changed somebody's life, and it's a way of recognizing that, I honor you. I honor your contribution to my life. You can say something like thank you, mention their name for being a mentor to me. Please go ahead and do that and recognize those people. In terms of yes, I also did receive mentorship and caregiving. My caregivers as I was growing up, and specifically my auntie Echirina Koi Kwer, who although she did not go to school, yena came to school. Yena ran when she dated Nandek school pira ye gear pira ran. Um, I was reflecting yesterday about my journey up to this point, and I realized how strong and a force she was, and how supportive she was, quietly, not very loud, not in very many words. But growing up, and being a girl in a community where different pressures and different expectations are put on you, I had the privilege actually to properly focus on school, and that is being trusted with going to school and coming back at the right time. I remember the curfews were 6 p.m. for the girls, and I would stay in school until 7 p.m. And because a lot of different reasons, to do my assignment, catch up on studies, do a study group with my friends, and when I come home at 7 p.m., two things are very likely to happen. Either Amichalo Weti Kulo Yomulo Ibi Chizaman Kana. And had she not stepped in and vouched for me, Kuleli, and I know she was in school, like she trusts me, I'm doing the right thing, that really did change my life, and it did give me that support and place to relax. Like home was a place to relax for me. I know I'm being supported. I know I'm being trusted to take a lead on what I need to do with my life. So Kangana was amazing. Growing up, I've seen also around me that my peers would be pulled out of school to take care of their siblings. I was privileged, Kana Keraloyan, as my caregiver completely understood that they understood their role is to provide care, and she was not passing that responsibility to us as young women and young girls to take care of other children in the house. She would completely 100% do it without complaining, without grunting. So bless her heart. So that's why mentorship, you may not recognize it, but looking back, you will see somebody's actually did something for you to be where you are. It's not 100% your effort. and you need to give flowers to those people. So that's what we'll talk about it today. The mentorship where you didn't ask for it, it's already there. It's very powerful. It's a good foundation. But from this moment forward, the mentorship that you need to seek out, people really want to help. And remember, when a mentor see you succeeding, it's also their success. They can claim this and say, "Hey, I helped so and they have been successful." So if I don't get to it at the end of this conversation, on LinkedIn and you see someone doing great things, just go there and message them. Say, "Hey, I would like to learn about what you're doing. Do you have 5 minutes to go on Zoom and talk about it?" And trust me, you will find people who are excited about your growth even more than you are. And even in those moments of self-doubt, you'll be like, wow, if so and so believes I can make it, I can make it. I had mentors as teachers. I cannot name all of them. I've talked a lot about Electon, that moment that changed my life. I haven't talked a lot, but my teachers all the way from primary school always pull me aside and be like, "Yo, you can do really good in life. You just need to stay focused. Don't do that, don't do that, don't get distracted." So those things kept me off a different path and where I am today. And as a student, if you are a student, please talk to the teachers. I know it's terrifying. I think I've told you this story or quote, but I'm just gonna say it again. I think you know Abatak Maluet, and there were a few other people who were teaching in my Kadugli primary school. And one day they called me into the office. I was terrified. I was literally shaking. And I went there and started kneeling down. I thought I did something so wrong. But they said, no, don't kneel down. I don't remember the exact words, but the impact I still remember because it was such a powerful moment of somebody telling me, "Hey, we believe you really are brilliant. You can do really good in school. You need to stay focused." And that moment of mentorship was one meeting. It changed the way I think about my ability to achieve goals, to actually perform in school, because we all do have a self-limiting beliefs that, oh, I am just a girl, I don't have access to this, that I cannot do it. But in those moments when somebody sees you and really sees you and tells you that they see your potential, it changes your life. In high school, I also had those moments with teachers telling me, "Hey, you can do great things, keep going, you're doing amazing." So if you are in any way connected to young girls or young boys and you recognize they're trying, they have a potential, they can do something, just a single conversation, just a single word, tell them, because you never know what is going to do for their life. So mentorship doesn't have to be serious business of talking every single day. You can do it one time, done, and see the seed grow in someone as they grow as an individual. So I don't recall if there was a specific question on Kuala, but I think I spoke from my heart about this topic, and I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you for speaking from your heart about this topic. You know, your mentorship is about now speaking from heart, and you really, share your story really well. How your caregivers, like primary caregivers, mentored you and give you confidence, to grow up in years, someone who has dreams, ambitions, who can in akin dongwo. Now, your first, mentors, your first caregivers, they determine, how far you could go. They can flip your wings, can keep you fly, or they can empower you so that you can fly as high as possible. You also talk about the impactful role of teachers in your life from primary school to high school. And now you're adults, you have been groomed, you have been given all the tools. Now you've been mentioned how now you can go out there and reach out now areas when Jinga could be solved. So when you are growing up and go on young people behind us, the key here, the key word Yala is really is when you see potential in a child, right? And I know in our community right now there is this toxic behavior of comparing man and man. That thing I can't party. Every myth and a charity in the last conversation it have an impact mental health and mental well-being of young people. So can you around it? kini usas, kini parent, kini auntie, kini uncle. What you need to do, you are a mentor, right? Apart from being a role model to call when make any yin mentor non call immediate can yin. And when you see someone doing something good, you are destined to go far. But if you see it, they are doing something wrong because when the enemy in court, they don't know you're right, you're wrong. So it's you now to channel them to good thing. Nothing because I watch a chico or in mention you quan in child, especially now no America me sometimes. Like you are frustrated, kaka ba chen wa yong or pire wa yong. We start now book with a lot quantity, right, man? Quantity, and you start man are you because and now that internalize all those things they shrink. They realize they have no value. I've been to wound then or I've been to thing then grand in one day. So those things we need to stop. We need to see the good in these young people and tell them that you have potential in you. You are destined to go far. I remember I need to honor this person melene mama chola kondi ta kona jagwer William Baloy. And I called was that person when I was a little child. She knew me, one of the givers, her mama, and a support system mama. So only can cool. And then one couple was you by that time what you for one there, Mugali, I was a baby. And then you could be you Kakuma. And then now Kakuma and you're a teenager. And then he came and said, what? Well, on yin with in a man, in a sab, you know, yin, and curio yin, and can sign on bishop. I don't know. So they say you have something in you, something you have a grit, something I don't but here you can sign on bishop. It means like you determined. Like she told me basically you could do that on Duben on in bed. You know, you be real, I got killed by you. And so that only thing I reflect and I realize that and I say, oh wow, this is I took it as a good compliment, right? So I say, oh wow, I'm not great, I'm not resilient. I love it. The way she encouraged me, she said, in Chaser, you will go far. What I did, and she just encouraged me. That positive reinforcement is even more powerful because I came mama dear, because sometimes your parent or your immediate primary caregivers, I'll be like that just because I banaji bara and koran, Jabela Ben very close, but I need you it's stick in your mind. So I love that part where she said that thing. And that is the importance of us now. Our aunties, who are uncles out there, uniting men Rwandu. You have something in you. That thing is stick in their mind. It stick in their mind. Just in a teachers kalakilen kadubli. Kulawa la like there's something in you and you will go for. Yeah, yeah, we rotate no. Now no go block when a new pure. You got that one to learn kulawa that is the power of positive reinforcement, power of mentors, people who see the best in you and encourage you. And it didn't end there for myself before, but and again, the jam about some of the positive influence or mentors in her life. When I was in university in 2015, University of British Columbia, UBC, and I was active member who's local committee UBC. And then there was this event, so it was now 40 years. So there was this anniversary that they want to celebrate who's 40 years at UBC. And I was given a chance to speak about the role of university in solving or in contributing to, solving refugee crisis. And so 10 years student activist, I took the stage and I spoke so passionately about, what universities can do and what the country like Canada, UK, any the best in welcoming refugees, what they can do more to really help refugees. And from that conversation, one of the audience members, it's all Shiva, she's not here, but at all online, a mentor right now reach out to me after the conversation. Could you know, Rhoda, here, tell me more about yourself. Well, I am a student. By that time, I know you computer science. And she said, Rhoda, your powerful speech, and you're into tears. I see something in you. Being in computer science is good for you. You are destined for policy. You want to be a policy maker. You want to, to be in spaces where decisions are made, not to be in the basement coding. They said there's nothing wrong with coding, where you can do so much in that space, but really where you can make impact, where your strength is in public, public development. That is where your strength, where you have a good, sense of, of public speaking. You have the charisma, you have the knowledge and live expertise that can benefit these areas. Because if you want to solve refugee issues, people with refugee background and who have the courage like you need to be at the forefront. And I was like, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yes." And she said, "I can support you, whatever possible." And I said, "Oh, wow." Then the next day, a few weeks later, she actually sponsored me to be enrolled in Future Legislators Program in Canada. She wanted me to be, future, legislator in Canada, policymaker. And from there, she started talking to me. And you see, you have an organization. At the time, Ella Kira and I and other UBC members work at Louis, sponsor a child organization at Louis Cran. You see, when you expand your knowledge, you can actually reach out to more people of like-minded and can elevate the organization you are running. She started now giving me some ideas, and now that changed my career trajectory. So after that, I ended up also now reading about politics and policy. I was doing advocacy, but I didn't even have a name for it. I was just passionate about refugee because I know refugee background, but I didn't have a structured plan or goal on how to take that to the next level. And you know what? Everything just grew from there. I ended up in, getting a policy school, getting a research and policy job, and now boom, I'm going the further, going to PhD, and who knows, I may impact, become a think tank in a policy changes area later on in some capacity. It can shiver, can that potential identify in me, and this is something that I do effortlessly. Like Bakamba Benjam now youth and one of my ladies, it is to me a fun and inspire and empower. It's like giving back to the community, giving back all that I learned and now using it. Okay, if for example someone has not identified me, get it, I will be coding now in Silicon Valley. It's good, I'll be having good money, of course, and but I wouldn't be making impact, right? And it's a very stressful job. Like when I was doing that coding, and I will spend 8 to 12 hours, debugging an error. That is just a comma or full stop. Can you Man, the depression you did is that I was struggling. That's not my area of duty. I
I'm
know this is
telling
not a dog because they're somewhere engineered and so I was actually reacting Chinese because at the time
you.
I kept thinking of my brother who could have did computer engineer. I want to be like him right now, role modeling. So you see different role model to a mentor. Role model he imagine when I get it while I like here and Changlan be acting and I know what I let you go wrong because your body shape is different. Your body shape. So so things don't work out. That is role modeling sometimes. So that's what I did. I was okay because man, my computer science, I will do it because I just think I can load. But I can't imagine I can call a year and I still can end my personality. So go ahead there, when someone who now mentor came in, well, Philip, no, this is not your area. You are good in policy table where discussion are made, where changes are made, where legislation, that is your area of calling. Go for it. And now it changed my life. Because when I joined policy, I was headache. 2 hours and it took, I'm going to do other things like U-turn now. I'm going to do other fun projects. Now I'm living my best life. And thank you, Kwan, for Akwan, for coming here. Thank you, and thank you that you like our conversation. So share it. Until I jarwe, I want to go to Dorcas because but Kirija work how has mentor influence your personal or professional life in Dorcas? So ala kire kaka lwela ndikache bejwa. So I want you by to value how has mentors influenced you personally and professionally in your journey. Take it away.
Oh, okay. We got that and we took late, and it is really amazing having you here. Okay. Now, okay, mentorship is something that is new. Ache ke jadi take lo there. Mana wana tinga non there community dai ke lwal mi dona ye wede ran bendele biran yu chari ku ngi mana na chi biyo ka dunya ku dunya. That was mentorship ku nyira ke nyi ping ku bi doi dir ke ja yen ma ku. Yeah. So ye mentorship kene. Na joku ben to this life now ben chen pira ja gir menon tere ko ja ke jura kul ku ji ke ji anon ka ji ke yi ke pimi ku chana chin skule ko la tin ko chin bu community bi gada ku be mi da joni ma kul ben ke pio ina ka pia ke pio ke so kumenda chiman jamo ga jalu ship to tanien be me be pio bran pio je bang pi de bang ke pie den luero ku mana ye nyir cause community da nyir ka yi we be ka pi bi ba chopping pa pa na yi kiro pi jade so mentorship man jamo ga it has shifted to education pi ku your life goal ku ja passion do uh and yeah mentorship will shape in that side man jamo ga school man bi bala school je yen gadu ne ka jien ga lo tin yen ke ya center chiron tere ni mi pe ya kule. So most of the mentorship thing, Ben, I had to go to school. Like for me, reflecting on my life, and I ran to go when na tanum bang PD, kajuja loy PD, and I look back, I just feel like a mentorship in game of this time or kajuja ya pick no copy che ko ke diten mostly kujaga ke ko ke diten and but mostly kajuja ga luila na ke pienki um one of it is school on top of school gold primary high school and okay I don't teach IB to most of them they don't just come and deliver their lesson. Most of them really talk about real life. Like to period they could be encourage about your education, your education in PDU again. So okay you can ping as they deliver their lesson. So they usually say a lot of things. I remember most of the teachers that I cannot forget right now. Koji ke you fun to criticize. Kwa ka like no PLK. One of our teacher used to come to class who get cuman ya piny math get nom get black get subject nom ke kitchen math kitchen math so yele that men in future clan ben yala kun mai ben batol ke de buke tal ko mati mo ben buke yala queen because any like we feel a community today nyira to school just to wait for the husband because we can't eat quite a progress so men tin e pi nyire nyige bi a pi bes ke bela lui en mi kitchen sometimes muka yelo for joke sometimes mi jam ni your life very important your education gi akiban then also most of the teachers are taking low so aka you go ping sometimes ali be a joke but I don't come up here kungi inale ben second to it for my life when I joined my high school and my high school in Adventist Day school and that school they used to they used to give us mentors. They used to send us mentors outside the school on Wednesday for 3 hours. Every week for 3 hours. Most especially girls. But that mentorship yakre. So every Wednesday they will I mentors I by outside and they will really talk about a lot of things. Kakapidu about your education, your life, your goal, your passion. Like being in passion, being in leadership, and most of us that really were willing to do something for their life could listen in anything. And for sure, most of those mentorship sessions have really impact our life. Now, do any period and you reflect back. Kating na ndigen kaka yeke la yino ka juike yeke la gini dit ake chinja yung bilew nyin bang piru ku jala ko juike piru and that's why kan do today I believe in mentorship a lot and chana nye when you listen from someone ku ping brand bi jora kul pide each at college and you be like, I can really. Yeah. So I like I and again I say no miss client or I say nan man ko dun ko ba lo pidui man about the education go ben ku jara ne je jam ro ni re education ne ku non chene leadership ka yi ben ku that way ma sa ba lo chi be impossible. I think so. Most of us until high school, yeah, primary. Ko ju chake ichira hopi rani below university because it may be financial stuff, or it may be below married off, kaingo kagere. Ko like ko ju kiten yes. Ko iya deal most of the girl out of school work well primary. When work in high school here on primary 8, the primary 7, go get yeah. And most of them you take Monday. Some of them are jam like inye ta tukule kwa choge even but the fact remains that mentorship is very important. It really help you to push your life because kajui ka le biran gla iran ti yin your life to life take so bele yin kene gara loy piri kan go dear so you should do this and do this and do that kan ku yin ya o biara nun tara iran tun yin kwano no kajui chike experience piri can get experience right yeah so mentorship is very very important and for me, it has really impacted my life. I have reached where I am today because of mentorship and community I have been getting about life. Yeah.
No, thank you so much. And ala kiran ben kwanya in challenge for echoing message to Dorcas their message for getting and being actively contributing to this conversation. Thank you so much. Bul Madut, I shared the link with you if you want to come and talk about the power of mentorship. You want to add your voice, then you do in few minutes being do you add to this contribution. We really appreciate you being part of this U10 family. The goal of mentorship, human kena addition mentorship, I ran a story the band share, and then ran ping that story or color out in that story, we a picture in it. And that now become very substantial, right? Because I just don't imagine well I know down the sharing yung idea who is doing well now and I how you know anything. But I think ben bijabelo step. So mentorship sometimes it can be real individual who tell you you have something great within you and you can do it. It can just be also books. It can be audio. Where you can just go and listen to people who they're mentoring you in a different way. Now you if you read a good book and it's empower you can get mentorship. It give you strategies. Like if you the story when a book you relate can feed you. Aha. And then there's something in you because stir. I remember someone on Chan and Jatto to school and I was couching Pana Lucky. I'm looking for a job. Banjalu transition to now to professional life, and then I had my online mentor. You gotta be hungry. I remember Lucky used to love me. To be hungry. So there is this motivational speaker, is Sean Les Brown. I don't know. I just stumbled on him on YouTube, and the story, he was sharing about his life and how he was hungry for success. And look, and now every morning I got to be hungry. I can use it dollar the way I was taking it personal. So that is it. So it's like actually a role model, but there is some mentorship. There is something that he was speaking to me from that video, and I could not stop it. Like I mean, they have to listen to it, and it made me hungry for sure for something. I don't know what, but sometimes you need to have real people, real mentor whom you can pick up a call and ask for for clarification, for guidance, and these people feel empowered. Like you reaching out to me, well, who could always succeed, can you happy? It's a mutual, connection. Share one way where you're not run we benefit. Run one side that is benefit, the other side is losing. We all grow through mentorship because I go and learn new perspective from you. I go and get fulfilled that I'm giving back. There is something that it gives me that even make you to go better, right? I know yin learning a yukulum, but one could chuku bela use it if you don't use it, it dies. So that is the same with mentorship. So la kira na experience in shakwe. If na jira lose it can experience the na kachin impact, right? At the token yen you cannot pass it on. But if na just someone na call through your ben that is that is called peer mentorship. Right now I'm learning a lot from Alaki every day. Na na ngichi and you like, man, this is how do you look at it? Then something, kachika queen, it might not be, no mentor skin that she is connected any year. And I wonder your circle determine, your growth. So I want to bring this, circles, the circle when yen ka watatin, like environment in watatin pan, cheni ditin, kwan cheni ditin, community cheni ditin, country cheni ditin, kawari adi chelo. These are things that you cannot change, you have no choice. But na chajara and chimana, you now you can choose. You have the capacity now to choose ye yinga blue associate can in your boko baga queen, ye what audio baga ping. Now you go beyond boundaries, beyond community change this thing, beyond country change this thing. Like when I was talking about Les Brown, video, it keep being on YouTube. I have choice on what what information I need. And that thing, same thing. So my peers have no choice of areas when you take a lot of information or in and those information can you can loom I think not a better thing that you can learn. But not into a challenge, then I know maybe Kiala Kirkwen somewhere about this. Maybe she had the went somewhere on around the mentor the chill at it because one of different, groups, circles. So then now you reach out to them. That's called peer mentorship. So peer mentorship, they are very effective. It's not always hierarchical that you go someone better than you, even someone within you that have other horizontal relationship that you don't have direct access to, and they can bring in this enrich your life in a way that you can never imagine. So it's really powerful in Dorcas that you share your information and how that mentorship in your life in your career is propelling you academically to where you are going and where the future is. And I am honored that I have different mentors. Right now, I'm looking for physical fitness mentor, right? In K area, carbon and Java, I have my different mentor. I have my financial mentor, someone who tells me about money because I don't have that wisdom, right? A system. Now, someone who knows that, and that's why we bring people to talk about financial matters on that is mentorship, right? So something I got ban on is something you have to seek because all information to them, it's useful, but because each and every one of us, one of our own unique challenges, and that is where now you process the information to you need with your love. Okay, you can in depth. So I just wanted to add that. Lakira, I'm coming to you. So we're talking about the power of mentors and how it propels us to go to the next height. Thank you, Ruben Panchol, our brother on the U-turn. Thanks for joining us always and supporting us. What about the power of mentorship? And I wanted Lakira to answer what qualities make someone an effective mentor or an inspiring mentor. It's one thing to be effective, another to be an uplifting mentor. What jam kaji but no mentors who are now you mentor, you are mentoring others. So what are the qualities that you get effective from your experiences that now you are using for yourself to give back to others? And then from there, at least you can take it away.
Thank you, Akwalkur. I was recently involved in a mentorship, formal mentorship program with WUSC. So they pair us up with young girls in primary school or high school in Uganda, and we would hold these virtual sessions of mentorship. And before I went ahead and applied for that opportunity, I think it came from a point of reflection and looking back because I'm thinking it's usually thinking about myself. It sounds selfish, but I'll get to the part where it's helping others. So these young girls are in a refugee camp in Uganda. I was once in that place, and I was once my life changed because someone spoke life into me, and that's literally it. Like the quality of being a mentor, you might not see the worthiness of, kibal like random, but natural thing when you were at certain age, when you were at 5 or 4 years old, what would have made your life different, or what did make your life different, Chan Bachop, at this point? And how can you do that to other people, or peer den and go garage? So it comes from that, um, from the inside. If you know for sure that in your life, in a second certain circumstance, and you have been helped, you only have to pay it forward. HR paying it forward. How do you pay it forward? Is by helping Koito in the same place you were. Is by giving back to community that has supported you in your journey. And mentorship is a way of giving back, not just to others but to yourself. Taking care of your inner child, and that is part of your mental, supporting your mental health. So to identify that you have an ability to be a mentor is, it's I don't think I can tell someone, oh, you have ability to be a mentor, but I can tell that if you can recognize a potential in someone, if you can give an answer to a question to the best of your knowledge, and you think it's a good answer, you are ready to be a mentor. And mentorship happen when there is those touch points and point of connection with other people. Create those, go out and seek them. Now, if you are a teacher, the regular meeting with the students is in class. You're talking about school, you're talking about the subject matter that you're teaching them. Create an opportunity for different conversation to happen. Like I was a teacher for 1 year. I taught math in class 6, English class 7, and science class 8. And I looking back, what I would have done differently is actually have one-on-one conversation with all of my students, which I did not do at that point. Yeah. So with that, with the knowledge I have now, had I traveled back to do that, that's what I would do differently as a teacher to those young kids, to actually speak life into them, to tell them that your situation is temporary. It's not permanent, and there's something you can do. So giving people that sense of control in their life is what mentors do. There is the other one, other mentorship ability you can have is to be your best self, because there are other people I haven't spoken with about this, but I've looked at them and I'm like, that is what I want. Akwalakur was going to UBC Sauder School of Business. I was in arts. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. And I look, I'm like, maybe I can do that. Like, she didn't tell me anything about it. I just saw her excelling, doing what she's doing in her life, being her best self. And I was like, okay, business school it is. And I went and got the business degree. It was not easy, but we move. So thank you, Akwalkur, for being your best self. Um, Nowadays, when I make decisions to ensure I'm being my best self, is I imagine I have a 5 year old. She's a girl. And whatever I'm doing right now, if I'm comfortable teaching that to my 5 year old daughter, then it's the right decision. It's the right thing to do. So putting yourself in a different scenarios and different perspective is how you keep living your best life. You keep elevating. You keep wanting to be a better person for others, for yourself, and for your younger child, like your inner child. Um, so peer mentorship does work a lot like that. It might be informal. It might be an informal question. You ask, hey, I want to get your input on this question. Right there, mentorship is happening. Sometimes you don't have to go seeking for it. But if you are from a faith background, if you're somebody who asks God for answers, because if you're at a crossroad, you don't know what to do, and you ask God for answers, I think if you're open to receiving an answer in a different way, an unconventional way, to receive that, like to see the answer of what you ask for, is to then be open and go out there and talk to as many people as you can about whatever decision you're about to make, and you will receive that answer. So, ayran tinaliga kucha long kucha Bible cha kwen kile ba ila ba kadang ila ba rol mi ala chal ba ping bible chal ba ping nong men kui ila ba ping nong men koral ba ping nong madu ila ba ping nong du pindo. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. We are all capable of being mentors in one way or the other. You just have to recognize that, is this a good thing I would like to teach another human being? That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucky. Now, now I have a 2-year-old and I need to be a better mentor. So, Dorcas, we are talking about the qualities of effective, inspiring mentor. From your experience being a mentee, and now you are, embarking to being a mentor. What are the qualities that you admire that you want people that are here participating in this conversation to, to identify and go and seek?
Okay, okay, chukro na kwale. Kene a very important topic we to really make part of our life today. Bang pina that one. So now be to a good mentor or someone who can be a good mentor. Eh? Chukro ndo. For me, like if I can reflect back to see the kind of the mentors that have really mentored my life, how I've really perceived them. Okay, like young him to understanding, like to be someone who understand every condition for everyone. Cause you man na kwali ba human kuna udu lo kwa chipet ku lo in criticize or le in cry kulatin. So every heart can back in my. So mentorship, by the way, is a very simple thing. A very hard to be a good mentor or me. Like you have to be understanding. Like baran konde by a willing or by a good listener. Man, you, if I come now and I go no material and then come and go. So you should not like you have to listen to me carefully and banyi and ben back question ko baga teacher and non height somewhere but yeah, so that you be able to mentor me or better in good position being actually like one of kunyan PDA. So understanding or being a good listener is one of it. And understanding sometimes man I feel kunyin nange jwerin. Okay, yeah. So okay.
It's okay. What about what are
I
going
don't
to
be
so Charala? Let them be curious.
Uh-huh. So you have to listen and understand everyone condition by welcoming them to judge that you can because okay for me personally the more and we grow like okay I can realize I'm not going to be that uh no vital but I realized it was not good to say it. And sometimes if I just look back, I just like, oh, I think I like one second lawyer and was not supposed to be there like that. But I'm good and happy and uh, because I've still reached the state I am in today. So the more what I've just realized, the more you grow, the more you know other thing actually really good and man, let me say I don't call it like they can abuse you or criticize you no kicha loide man mostly by like most of us we judge people man aya himo la chana ko lo chen kini loile chana chen kini loile so most of us are clear but growing up and seeing how life is then that we rot e kon chini la lo judge we rot Kala balwele that for me I can do that level which and anything like that. Okay. So judging one of it brand but we judge when you're mentoring someone, right? So rara here to kwaji are willing be kiden man in bana dear bilwin. So qualities of good mentors could be understanding or being a good listener. Chiran moja yake ntilo because it could be yene turning point and uden ko be geri pide yen than balu jasha kachinalu open and kita lu realize about mentorship if you mana rishinde lu realize in core mentorship go no gudun wanin balo bi so ke ber hat so najira if someone come to you kulo be benangtin ke rich ko realize in that point or in that position of core benang kunyen kwa je nye chile chita kwa chile wotuk so na lo lu judge lu criticize kran ti bena like I hope that maybe I hope that I can get a ben. So reflect back in my life about most of the mentorship things I can see up now. I could see most of the people like let me see most of the teachers like quite judge and we criticize. Let me say in school today, I remember one of my math teacher at our school when I was in senior today. That guy used to really abuse us in class. Don't like, why are you stupid? Is your father like this? Maybe this how your father is. Yeah. So and kwa hiyo Uganda. Like Ben Claddy like stupid. Maybe maybe when your father was producing you, get Ben. So me big Ben ake pure yak. Working on two classes. Working on senior one A, senior one B. More the people Ben ake complete enjoy classes because senior one A, big senior two A, big one. So because of that guy abusing people seriously, Ben Clandy yeah boring. Big classes. Then I realized like baran balaran uni yue gine ini important on yen kono piet ko nyen pide so it is really very bad so can to conclude and give my some point that if you want to mentor someone you have to understand them with all like tell no yes you have to understand them maybe and be at their last turning point in their life and you have to man put yourself in their shoes to narrate even a history chin gonna down in your life like how they are down right now. So and that one comes in a sympathy, like to sympathize. So very important to really help and you understand them. Chikabulu judge, chikabulu exercise and to really listen to the history and part of the history and everything then we help them out.
Wow, wow, wow. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. There has to be some love. So being a mentor is a responsibility, and you've said here well, being open to understand person wholly and don't pass judgment on them, right? Because you need to be a judge, Baba Cake Ben uplift. And I see Ruben Pancho sharing ideas here also on qualities of a good mentor, someone who who has what we don't have in terms of information, like someone someone who is active listening, right, who can hear your story and fully comprehend and has sources of information, and that is the area that I wanted to speak particularly to, and someone who is who is willing to share whatever they have without reservation. And gender bias, of course. Also, Ran Jing, thank you for coming and for adding your perspective to this, and we'll call that work this video share the power of mentorship now work very underestimated. We're watching organized formal ways of finding mentors in most cases, but one on informal system dinkas in particular, the everyone in my community that I have met are on good heart and willingness to help, and that is why we are here, right? Some people identify some of the lost boys, right? They went through things. When they came to America, they did not come and integrate into the system. They came here and look back and want to share, what can get through, can other people be through. That is the power of mentorship, right? They bring a lot of scholarship to refugee camp. They share their stories. People that came before me, like when I came here, Miss who's to convent and my brothers and my other friends to convent, they share their life with me before, and now I didn't want to make some of the mistakes they made, and I want to make some of the wise choices they did that improve their life. And so that is it. It's someone who who use their personal story to inspire you and to connect with you. That is it. The run pan mentorship can run through it, and now it's helping you. Or sometimes it might not be through experience, and queen or an experience or witness, and has a better way, been in a solve. And personally, I would pick on the point that sometimes our mentors, well, we might not be the end, um, um, of mentorship. For example, don't I say Ben on call in chatting in I want to learn about this from you. And then now I come, maybe, because MNT is someone who actually more information and kind of more information than Ian. And I know that maybe I'm not even good at this. I know someone else. Now I become a door, like a door to access other, advanced resources. So if someone come to me while helping me, for example, to area when you're get a scholarship or apply for a scholarship, and I know someone who knows someone, you can network and we open up for them. So mentorship sometimes not always become very end on it. Imane chena la kire lwel, it's a mentor, we meet mentor Uganda. This means are now access to Alakir, and now they have access to Alakir resources. And so if Alakir can find something or within her capacity, now she can open doors for them or point them to resources that will elevate them. Something they might miss. Maybe someone come to me to see financial literacy, but that's not my area of expertise. I know a little because I'm not a champion, but I cannot go deep. Now I can give them to someone who is deep in it. Like, I did lot doing a mentor. So someone who has the best interest in me, someone who sees things that that are ticketing or things that you did not even ask for. Like maybe I reach out and say I need mentorship so that I can be hired to work in this capacity. And then someone came and actually you are overqualified. So you are overqualified for that. This is now doing elevate to a higher level. So the best quality I see in the mentor is someone who want the absolute best for you. That's it. And they will do anything and everything to protect you from, because when you share your life with someone, because mentorship cannot go far if you are not really honest. You have to be vulnerable and share your area of weakness. Someone a little bit like will use against you, right? And so mentor is someone who you can trust, bella point. Someone you be later on could okay, well I in a point it allow man, through some of peer mentorship and live videos where someone become vulnerable to their peer, but I would yell like with you ran in this capacity. Kala kira jo point because what human beings we can fall out. Kala kila ben that will do an expose. Like how she and on now and ungrateful and that's not mentorship. We're panda, right? That is not mentorship. Mentorship is you try, you need to safeguard, that relationship because a trust relationship is based on trust and love. Now, kiran ke mazeni ye peer do, ye garden, ye acquaintance or ye colleague you through network which is non area which in a ben empower them which chakang la do fall out later on because human interaction I non conflict into a ben will look non kuwar cha go yi chanum go mari you want to use it against them. Those are bad things you don't have to do. And of course children they are non 70-20-10 rule, where a lot of experience they were purely English. But 20%, mentorship in the year. You will be surprised even education only 10%. You can go through from grade 1 until PhD, and that 10% improvement in your life. But mentorship, that is where experiential learning through other people's experiences is not your own, but your own can teach you so many things. Um, uh, Personally, I want mentorship to be like 40% or 50-30%. I don't want to learn from my own experience. I take 20% or 30% from my own life experience. Life experience around that. I don't have to go through hell when someone has already done it. I don't have to invent the wheel. That is the power of mentorship. For me, I want, if someone has done it, then why not me, right? I just need to follow the script. I remember someone was telling me, I was reading another book, and the book was saying, when I you could meet, we don't want to be told anything, especially when I teenagers, you could be rebellious, you know it. But now it reached a point in Yadal and life humble you. Now you want to be told everything. They say, "Can't see what I was told. I like I say, I'm tired of decision fatigue. I like I need someone to tell me in greater detail how money are done. You need like a coach for money, a coach for fitness, a coach for diet, a coach for everything, even dressing. Not and you organized. Could be better you put time for a year plan or work for a year. Sometimes we'll get that benefit. Now someone who was talking a video community that you know, stereotype. Dan nyir ka jura ru ayi ka je lo e ken mo pa nya dur ke wala o in kai madita e o chai ke ale ku ke ka ri de ben mo ken kri de ben juir like you get that personal consultant right tell you everything I talk ready to be just to step by step then they stay toward and then so cái nói lo nyir ka duor a different story lo nyir ka duor a ru bi jor no nyir ka ja because nyir ka ja nga ru da che ru ni door I che ru ni so ru ra actually in that place there is how to tell them or organize life for them. That's the same thing in mentorship, right? Mentorship, it organizes things for you. You have mentor on every area, so you don't have to bother or worry because you have the script. Someone has worked it, someone has done it, and everyone
I
needs even
I
your
wonder if Brur Kaduar we can jang bejor because I also want the treatment. Are they nice?
this is information, not Urgaduar. Urgaduar automatic.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm learning more information. Shukran Akwa.
Anyway, I don't know, but I can't part of mentorship.
Yumuraja
Well,
nero jang.
eh?
Hello, yumuraja nero jang.
Yeah. Feel okay. But yeah, color indoor cars and why that important is, people are not needs care. And so no are not needs care. So go away you see where they are kind of and daddy and a pandia. So I have learned tricks and you could be mind your binyan door your on your door do. Now I will be doing planning things but with that together I need to mentorship. I need to be information. How is it done? Eh? You find me I do that. So I didn't script a book on how to do that. And so people,
Nigeria ngarma.
Yen
Nigeria.
Zadu,
huh?
akor the dear and more Dora
Awara
Bijor.
Nigeria
So
ngarma jene ngarma.
Well, I put allow my daughter met.
do my cover like any more Dora be snatch. Now you know what's up with my Dora.
That's why you need information, right? And if you don't go to YouTube, you don't get this tip. Yeah, inside the story, I'm very epic. I so, there are some things people have needs, and there are people that provide, those needs, and mentorship is that key part where someone has done it and they do it very well that will think that July now there is this thing that is happening and was it 2024 NK year of Juju in our community where learn Mombasa pin and so many things. Sometimes we believe that when someone is succeeding is because I know Juju or I know something. And when someone is failing, it's because not auntie who you
Lwala dia rango kwa chingade. Jupa dia rakata ngo.
Aiwa. Those things, to be honest, if I just look at get your succession shortcut, right? Like succession shortcut, even nong bala juba nong it's a hard work. It's a hard work. People put in the work, and that work involves seeking right information from right people. I think they are it's that they have the information to get what they want, and that is maybe not the mentors can access to that spaces where they make money. And so what we are asking here is you need to identify one. and seek mentorship so that you get it. So people will be wondering why Alakir is so successful. I can you. She's just following the script. Uh, same thing, right? Dorcas is following the script. I can you it just is following the script. Someone no riande or no success into your juju. And if you are in that place that you can even see potential in someone, be kind to them and saying, hey, actually you have this power. Sometimes what that culture of compliment actually did not work right. You could point out, but there is now a new trend. One you like, and we need to take that lane into areas of abilities. I can only look in the book we are celebrate. Sometimes we appreciate, the looks, we see the beauty. But there's inner beauty che ko yuting era raja chun ko chan ke mu kawres ko chor pia. We need to start, come get kawres ko chor nim ko chor pia. They are ngadi this potential. And if you cannot refer them to where they can get the support they need. I have many people that want the absolute best for me and they are rooting for me day and night. And I appreciate them. Today I appreciate them because I'm here because of hundreds of people, men and women, that have sacrificed their time, their money, their wisdom to help me grow. Sometimes some people they don't even know. Some are just role models, they're just living their best life in the and I'm just saying, okay, here it is looking this there, I want to be there. So how you present yourself, AI inspiration to others. So like inspiration actually okay, we are here to inspire you on the U-turn. Inspiration is you to come and okay, see how the U-turn conduct their live discussion, how the U-turn do their own thing, and you like it. Now you are inspired to walk a chain bandway. So in most cases, and thank you so much, Dorcas. I see your comment. There's something you knew about Nirga Dwarf, just how they treat and give as well. How can they all do? Yeah, I can be rude for me. They start with passion. I don't know my newsfeed and in this kind of information. I don't maybe until I wrap it all up. What you have to treat men or what? Because I don't book when you sometimes mentorship by you from the book. And well, it's all you share it, Dorcas, too, how to win friends and influence people, right? I think, sometimes is in case like if there is a way when Peter went from the book, if you want to get something from someone, you have to go above and beyond to do something. I've been law there, Iran pan well. So nyirga dwa ka ni tu ku pe kana ga mo ta fel be ga nyirga che ga ni tu ku le pande. So and then things happen no ni right now no ralu complain war no nya nyir pia da ti ru dir ke gur ti ru ti ti no diar ko mi. And young men are complaining. It's not, you should not, there's something that we don't need to complain. And personally, I'm a big fan of polygamy. But, there's something that these roads they are offering that the young people, other responsibilities are not offering, right? And so people are going where they want to be treated, right? And the only thing we can do is to learn how, what are these people doing, that make them. I can't because some of people are resources. I can't because resource because when you are a young person, you can access to resources, so you can blame to that. But there are the skills that would make you they are preferable. There are no you just need to read the book or come to the youth and get some insight. Mentorship on how to get what you want. You offer what other people want and you get what you want. Don't get clever. The next question like here is that, can mentorship be just as valuable when it is peer to peer rather than to hierarchy? I think you mentioned somehow, but very, normally nothing and mentors are you get think they call when did one right and when you kuch or and when you experience you can experience. But there is this peer mentorship. It's a big thing right now. When you worry and can we learn from what people talk about is peer pressure, and we speak about it. But there is also peer role modeling, peer mentorship. So can you speak a little bit from your own experience how these things differ and what what can people, see when they are navigating this mentorship landscape, looking for someone to Ben Ayer, Iran to Africa, pure Ben Ayer, or looking from other people within who are finding ways to come outside.
For sure. I will even take it one step further and say you can learn from people who are younger than you or who are not yet where you are, because the world is always evolving and there's always something to be learned. So I think if you lead with, open mindset that whatever interaction you're going to have is going to be something you learn from, and this is the practice I've been doing lately, is setting the intention at the beginning of the day. What is my intention for today? Uh, I'm going back to school. I was complaining to Hadich the other day. This sequel is too much. Sequel is too much. But what I'm learning is that yes, learning is not easy or comfortable experience. And you can learn from people who are younger than you or people who you think are can go in thin. And that just goes to show that learning it's an unending journey. And peer-to-peer mentorship actually is just as important as mentorship, like from up and down. And I would say it's more important because if you audit your time and the number of hours you spend connecting with people who are your peers, it's a lot of time compared to talking to your teacher, talking to your caregiver, talking to your maybe your children. And if that interaction is not positive, productive, or is not contributing to your life, there's high chances you will end up not building ai cho rier pio tong jing in chi rier pio do chile ba jwa ke rier pio ai jing lo ediet kan ran, but I don't believe that rier pio ke lo build you build your sense of believe in yourself. I really build from being open and learning from others. So I think peer-to-peer mentorship is very important. It seems like it's a very formal mentorship, but you can recognize it. And recognizing it, we've talked about the living your best life, and other people see you and they also want to be the same. Some people take offense to this, but I really don't see it. Say in chiri andu a Amia kolkarande above Facebook ole lion chiriandi watch. Now you are mad. Why are you mad? We are all getting cars because you got the car. So I feel like that should be taken as admiration. Hey Jolly, Nacharanji in here Tin Piru Loitin, and they want to live their life exactly like your own. That's the biggest compliment that someone can do, is to imitate your life. Brothongin na cha chenga earring e kolo kutieng nya kol ka chira nang chitao chin ki na riok pyo balo, wow, you actually think this earring look great on me? Actually baka jata kul to ben because I see people like it. So peer-to-peer mentorship, you can be very intentional about it, and you share with your group. But hey, I've been thinking about this one. Can you help me clarify? Can you help me look at this on a different perspective? And I do that a lot with people in my circle. I would literally say, "Hey, I'm actually struggling. Can you help me do this and do that?" And I will talk specifically. I recently connected with Lisa Date. Lisa Date. If you don't know Lisa Date, you are missing out. You are missing out. You need to go on Lisa Date Professional Center for Excellence page and follow her and listen to that intelligent young woman today. Book a one-on-one if you have the money. Buy the book that she's written because she's brilliant and she will change your life. She did change my life. I had a meeting with her recently and put a lot of things in
What is
perspective.
the name of the book?
The financial financials of
Okay, to on
Financial
WhatsApp.
benefits of discipline.
financial benefits of discipline, of self-discipline. Anyway, it's amazing. I don't trust my memory right now, but it's amazing.
I read a book
Go,
somehow, like
yeah.
something to do with discipline, but I don't know actually. The name
So,
of the
by
book.
financial benefits of discipline, when you're disciplined in life, actually you will get the money, and she will tell you exactly how that happened. It's not a lie; it's a reality. She lived it, and she's a living testament of people can change their life by changing their mindset. And it started with taking an audit of your time. How much of your time do you spend, and who do you spend the time with, and what are these conversations contributing or removing from your life? Because aning kia diet kwaning kia nyai. So what kind of conversations are you having? Are you talking about your goals with your peers? Are you inspiring each other? Are you sharing your victories? Are you celebrating each other? Yaka wepio the way in kabalwil nong matko. Eh. And even your friendship, you can take an audit. Na ye machin ka kunyin ku yeting a chi bla twing, you can end it. It's friendship breakups are real, and there's reasons for that. So peer-to-peer mentorship is that important. We spend a lot of time with our peers, and if it's not a productive conversation we're having or positive, it can lead to derailing your life. um, and if you've not been intentional up to this point, then be intentional about koi in kai jam kan ke koi where you share yourself with them. Those who know your vulnerabilities, those who know your struggles, your daily struggle, chani ni di chapa jadi koi ka angich how to best support you. Mentor needs to know you and need to understand you, and it takes a lot of time. Naira and chingich, naira and kinwe dira tok. A lot of explaining yourself will feel like a loy. Lakini naira and chiwe dira tok. You guys have gone through different circumstances together. They already know you. They know your strength. And trust me, I've asked Akwal this question. I'm like, Akwal, I really don't even know what my strengths are. And she was able to sit me down and be like, how dare you? You are good at this. And I was shocked because it's not every day I sit down to think about how good I am or how bad I am because of my upbringing. That is taken as arrogance to always preach about, oh, and Piet Nankan and Yila. We don't really think about identity that much, but in the West, it's a big thing where I is the norm, while we is where I come from. So peer mentorship, you make or break. You choose whether to enter a circle where you are celebrated, you are supported, you are welcome, you are loved, you feel at home, and you choose to believe that Rierapio is not is not just genetic. Rierapio can be built. Kukoya wini yin ba bigi yin their strength. They lend you your strength. By the time you don't have enough strength for yourself, somebody can lend that to you by telling you how great you are, by telling you how to look at things in a different lens. Um, so, and then coming back to people who are younger than you, um, like I think we've learned this. Akwan might also know when you see the younger student coming in, they are very adaptable, they're very flexible, they know how to use the technology, and you're just like, wow, I can actually learn from them. And trust me, I think I've learned a thing or two about my phone from someone younger than me. So that in itself is upside down mentorship. So be always open to learning, and it come from anyone. Like I said earlier, if you put out there a question and the universe is gonna give you an answer, you can't put a limit on who you're gonna hear the answer from. You can always listen to anyone. Yeah, like anyone you can learn a lesson from. Just take a moment and reflect on your interactions and take an audit of what the impact has been in your various relationships. Who can I be in coin? So for coining friends, use your friendship as a way to pour into each other. Because rodajwa will piet. Because rodajwa will real pio. It's not a practice where practice you know it's gonna work, but it's something we can develop. Recognize like this week, think about all your friends. Think about if there's someone who's been struggling lately with their self-belief, their at any moment of new appeal, how can you uplift them? How can you tell them they are amazing people? They just have moments, and human beings have season. And in season when winter, when you don't feel so great about yourself, and then a season when it's spring, where you actually feel you're on top of the world. And these emotions go round and round and round. So peers, this is where peers come in to be like, hey, you might be going through a lot right now, but don't forget who you are. Don't forget you are that little girl, and now you're grown into this amazing woman, and you can get through whatever you're going through today. So I feel like I've turned into the preacher, which is not my intention. But guys, I'm so passionate about this. I already stated at the beginning. Um, I have some commitments of mine today, so I might leave at any time from now. But if you want to connect with me, my Facebook name is Kiirt, KIIRHERT. Send me a message and let's chat. Thank you.
No, thank you so much in Kelui preaching. And if you did, okay, someone that is very enjoyable and giving real life example, that is even add more. And I am already, I am fan of, Loa. And it's my young thing on the youth, and most of you are younger than me, and I'm learning from you every day. So that is I intentionally choose to learn from young people. I intentionally choose to learn from adults. And there are different ways that people teach us, and young people, especially when you are still youth in their in young in their in the market in ram in the market, you know the most important relationship at that time are romantic relationship, and sometimes we really focus on romance part of the relationship, and not like the growth, like the professional, the personal development aspect of that. And I really want to speak from there, from my own personal experience when I was young girl and dating. When I'm dating someone, they have to be more than romantic, boyfriends, right? You have to offer something beyond I love you or I love you too, so well. And this is really important because in one of our U10 conversation few time ago, can Yara like Martha Yara actually came and broke down like the different types of relationship and what men look for in relationship. And because you ten why why jump from perspective dear could you learn why dear there are different things to know where young men know dear ben and wake, and they have different things that they are looking for. So kaka chi yara like well they relate deeply can my experiences and my learning and why my intentional dating style helped me out when I was still in the market. So these are not no young people, man. We call they will dating. We are lucky. We learning. We are dating. Is that a chia like well on? Well, right then I mean five type of men. There are some men that they just want to come to you because good nyash, good face, and they just want to test this beauty, right? Like a Bobby William, no fun, they just want to enjoy you. So those kind of relationship, they cannot empower you. They cannot, not I think peer, learning liberal and because we got when you talk about if that is mutual, who so well. So those are good relationship. And no, they have a space in life, but those are not people that you can keep around you for very long because they will waste your time, and you're not gonna learn something for your own life, for your own future. So now cock of chicken well the wicked man kong the big benefit is way you see on this screen. The randall benefit it just because a little revenge no moin the corin and monya no grad can yen somewhere or an competition can yen somewhere and a core big and variety. So it has nothing to do with you, you're innocent victim. But monya core pidu bribe because I know moin the womb core heart. So those people are the big ben. That is wicked. You cannot just come up here and ben you so that but I feel great because if you want to teach a lesson, you think the ben God to hurt him. Those relationship pattern. And I'm around a little ben just because you thinking go, you thinking you're proud or not cool like you will succeed. Right? In PDU, quiet, of course, be baby. Like he is not happy. Be PDU be near up yet because I really proud that they'll go or something like you are doing better than them. Em mo in kor ke na em mo in tanom pin la nom bu. and kor bi bebe kala ben ke go dora ke lo kapiet bu abi yin bra sometimes. So those relationship I very important to talk about, because I can win you ben yeah way to do it, or they steal your time, right? And that some people the big ben ko to lo nyan, Piet, and I think you know good gene and a non future, right? Remember, be a chiniyar meet the big cherry. So those people are not long term vision, and those people are peer mentors, right? I've been in Galu learn or two because they are future looking. Even I one jam kuro about height in relationship. So in I mon korbe, we meant to be a basketball or nyan basketballer. O na ye nyan jamarit chaman dien na korum ende bia jamarit bia talk show host or something. Eka bo wet ko ran jamarit, because that's a gene core. So ran an den core, right? But then ran just a little benefit. The way you do your thing and everything. So it has nothing to do with his own motivation, but the whole you or Kwandun or anything at all. So those are the two people that when we talk about peer mentorship, we also
Wala
don't give away
yinan.
affect your relationship affect us in so many ways, and I learn a lot, because when I was young and dating, and also with my peers who were also dating at the time, and seeing the life outcome work ben, I see big difference, because if not a girl when who come to destroy your life, they will delay your progress. And if you end up lucky by you, people that see the future and in you, they will actually accelerate your progress, because you spend more time with them. Take a jam on your phone on daily basis. Now there is phone. Them and then on go latest in dinosaur age. So only big latest phone a kin a big deal when you a pen telephone at the time. Some part of me when I was still a teenager. So those people, they encourage me, like some of like my progress now. People take you in my life, some of relationship that can take in, they have been very nourishing. They give me encouragement, they give me books. So the part from romance and future, they have. But the people look at no agenda, something tell me, oh, this is an agenda, and I delete. I just click the button, delete. All right. So when you think where I long as do a ban by jam call the route. No you can ban big peer to be right to a chair or peer right. And so peer relationship is very important, very romantic relationship, because it end up actually end up now now family get until well peer doing matter can yen have no big impact on your life more than outside. And that is why, because it's like caregiving. A parent who in and transition romantic relationship and marriage later on and later life. Now who are planning to go that path. Other people that just want to take different paths, you are absolutely welcome. But Dorcas and the never been on in before Ben walk wrap up. I just want to emphasize and thank you, Akwainda, for confirming that a very important part of conversation. And personally, I learn a lot from my peer, both men and women, even my colleagues, because most of my boomer colleagues in primary school, Angelina colleagues, I learn a lot from them. High school to Turkana girls, oh my goodness, we are still on a WhatsApp group that I learn a lot from them every day. University, oh my God, tell me about it. They're like, now co-founders, our business partners, um, I'm learning a lot from them. Equal them while we were in school together. I learned one or two from them. Yeah, so many people back in the university. So a very stage thing, you meet new people. Now you have to choose what aspect big influence, because I see everything and you learn non people, and I see everything and you gum too. Now specific areas where you can connect differently when right now I want to work on the U10. I'm learning different things from my friends on the U10 every day. I'm learning from a guest UK, but I learn one or two. If I want to follow up, I follow up and learn specific things. And this role mentorship thing is very important, because in continuous way why lifelong learners. Tell you who are learning a chet to na chi jono ke in chat ngadi man pi do learning a continuous and peer learning. Even when we learn from your own child, how they navigate something, it challenges you. How you learn from your younger sibling, your younger relatives is very important. So Dorcas, in by your last word, buku shoda, buku go conclude, if you are still there.
Okay, children, yeah, call. This is really great. Okay, I'm jam camera dito off for now, yeah. So it is really very important, and that's why I joined UTAN because I feel like mentorship is learning from each other, and especially in this modern life today, learning from where your interest is. Uh, so that's why these days you have to identify the community that you are interested in and you join so that you should learn and grow in that field or something that you are passionate about. Okay. You can repeat the question. Kobal, by remark low, or you want me to answer a question?
We just saying final remarks at the importance of
Okay.
peer relationship or peer mentorship instead of a top-down.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. When it comes to today life, that Peter was in Manjia Morgan, mentorship does not really concern about the age anymore. Mana one tere. You could think when someone who's grown up thinking when I'm going to but right now, life we are exposed through different areas or different way, whereby we learn and we just become mentors and mentees ourselves. So, like with me and one of the people, whenever like, let me say now in school, university, I know most of the girls that I'm staying with, and they always tell me, because you know you are good, you can be a good teacher. Well, like sometimes like, when you talk Iran English only until someone can get to understand it. Sometimes I just don't know, but I usually get comment from people like that that I can be a good teacher but peacefully. Well, I need you get it for some time. So sometime okay, what I just know the experience that we go through. Okay, work especially kichilo through buku yokrari to thin. So ka yinyi lon bini ran to bini do handle, knowing that you really went through that. Now you can go you do it, yeah, you can assume or you can do it. So I don't know everything. Um so peer mentorship is very important. We really learn from each other today. It can be in university, even let me say high school. Even today I'm still in my high school WhatsApp, and it really mean a lot, and you really learn from each other, sharing the ideas, resources, mobility. It is very important, and we should really embrace it, especially in this current life we are in. Coconut. So okay, it's not bad to learn from those who are grown up and because they what they are seeing at some time, like what they have gone through, who can go sometime, but yeah, still peer mentorship today is really very important because in everything that we do, we do help each other. Ku yeah, the no generally quite charging, quite blessing. So no run can aye no ile bakana ba ping ba date ku chade kuna la jiri and queen. That's why they say in class to you know no pass learners those who are not pass learners, but still all of us end up in the same destination as we help each other. So kika value today is that kuwa ADR, especially this time is about the woman. If you, in anything that or a lady that is unaware, teenage men is very important. Then try to make sure to identify that young girl that is near you. Think about life or movement. Try to encourage her or to bring her and open her eye about her life because it's very important. Yes, it could be your daughter. Like you pay and every day, man, like kitchen down. Everything I know, era having they choose like no man then my girl that is having like yes. Okay, they say today really the mi ko romo ka jaro no kay la romi aku yoro no kay jol kilon kan we solve. Yeah, so how you will bring up your daughter will really matters, and how you like learning kan ngilodin or ye men to kun jare men jiran men ni de ke men Kwanong inolo nye tingi chi ki pide yi ting danong ki le ke kano be pide ke good because we believe lifting each other as women we really make an impact in our community today. Yeah. Because she will be a good mother to her kids and she will be a good leader to the community at large later. So yen kubalwel kana my last point. Damanda
Thank you so much for your powerful U-turn message. I really appreciate. And we're going to hear can walk it win. Now let's get away. I'm happy you guys are participating and sharing this message to reach many people as possible. And then for sure, whenever we do anything, we are modeling something, and someone is learning from us. Sometimes we need to be actively reach out and tell people that they have something great in them that we see and encourage them to get that thing out. So before I conclude with my 1 minute U-turn message, which I'll make 30 seconds, I want Lucky to give a final thought and then I'll come and close.
Sorry. Just thinking final thought, and then I'll come next Saturday and say another final thought. um, yeah, so I'll just say that in the spirit of learning, everyone that has left a comment on every video, I go ahead and read them. I actually sit down after and read them. So in the same way we're talking and we're educating people, you and you're watching, take the opportunity to write your thoughts in the comments. And you don't know whose life you're going to impact. So get up in the comment like, what have you learned today? You write it there, or I've learned ABCD. Someone will come and pick it up and be like, oh, interesting. Now I want to know. They'll watch the video and they will learn from it. Rhoda is always talking about sharing the video and sharing the message. Um, Life changing doesn't really take something grand. It can be as simple as someone stumbling across this video and they achieve great things in life. And at some point they'll mention, hey, there was this one time I was on Facebook randomly and I saw this video and now I realized ABCD, my life has changed. So I want us to start thinking about change as you don't really know where it's going to happen. And you can contribute to it by doing a small, as 1 or 2 clicks to share this video. So please go ahead and share this video. It might be a few minutes to type out what you've learned today in the comment, but you never know whose life you're going to touch by taking that action. And I'll end it with taking an action. So in your life, the time it takes between thinking of an idea and taking an action is actually the growth. So you could think about something for 1 year and then you have no idea how to do it. This is where mentorship come in. Just keep talking to people about it. You don't have to have a goal. Go and mention to someone, hey, you know what? This U-turn thing is great. I want to open one in Kenya, Nairobi. Yes, you can do that. It's literally going on Facebook Live and talking. That's how simple it is. So reach out. If you have an idea and you don't know what to do, the best thing to do is talk to someone else. Talk to another human being about it. And if you're getting a no or a response that is not supporting what you want to do, you are asking the wrong person. I'm a big believer that everything is possible. You have unlimited possibilities. As a human being living at this time in this age, that we have internet. You can go on Google and ask Google your questions you're wondering. People have ChatGPT. Just type in whatever you're thinking and get that clarity and move quickly from having an idea to taking an action. So if this mentorship conversation has shifted something in you and you want to get a mentor, go on Facebook, see who you really admire, what they post, and be like, hey, can we talk about that post because it's speaking to me because I want to do ABCD. And I know I grew up as a shy person and not not find it easy to talk to other people. But if you flip it and think about, oh, these people actually want to talk to me, I just have to give them an opportunity and be like, hey, I think what you said is interesting. Can we talk about it? And Akwanya, I will reach out to you. I've seen your comment. I'm really excited to connect offline, and this is my dream for these U-turn conversation to actually move from just virtual to offline to talking one on one to contributing to a change somehow. So I'll end it again by saying it's something you can build, and you absolutely are capable of building it and changing your life. And all you need to do is reach out. If you reach out to a person, they give you a no, you're talking to the wrong person. Reach out to someone else. You'd be like, hey, I didn't know. I thought this person is the one who's going to give me the answer, but oh, that's not them. Reach out to the next person. Like, reach out to 5 people. If you want a mentor, maybe 2 will respond. Maybe you'll get 1 person. So please take an action. I can by just thinking and sitting. Simple action as writing things on the paper. It changes your life. And yeah, I want you to take one action today. After this conversation, I've mentioned them sprinkled throughout. How can you support your friends? Think about it. One of your friends you've connected with recently. What is the one thing you can say to them or do for them that's gonna help uplift them? Easy thing to do is share this video, and maybe they'll stumble on it, and maybe they'll have something to work on. Number 3 is thank you, Akwalkur, for your commitment, for showing up every single day for the U-turn. Adich for making the time all through the hectic student schedule. I could not imagine being a student and also doing this on the side. It just shows how much of a committed person you are, and I see great things are in your future. So keep going. Um, yeah, so I wish everyone an amazing Saturday or Sunday, depending where they are. And thank you so much again for tuning into the U-turn.
Thank you, and thank you for just encouraging us, like in mentor and being role model on this platform. And you inspire me every day when you open your mouth with your point, one word after another. It just singing. Even in the end, I used to be a young girl. Right now, I have to go actually, and I can logically present myself. Yeah, I can go that way. But there is a way, there is a power that you have, that you really capture the space in a way that is classy, and demeanor that is very, very empowering. Demure, that is the word. Demure. So I really love that. Same thing, that is the same energy here, and I love it. I love that. Of course, I appreciate everything. I'm learning everything. I'm adding it to my energy too, because it's like the energy around you. It's add to yours, and that is the power of balance that this world need, and that's why mentorship today is very important. So before ban and show close, so which late we're going to on the participation list of the video or mentorship, but you will well in different ways. But what it but narrow down is that mentorship have been in different stages. Life and on different stages. Life in met life can be a teenager, life can be adult, then man power in life can be a kin jabe la pin dio. And then life can in bed jal be legacy one. So there are stages in life that we go through, and those stages need different kind of mentorship, right? So, and those different mentorship come from different people. So to summarize me, I've been from caregivers, from our teachers, from our peers, from our from our well wishers, people that love us, and people who want to build legacy and leave a positive impact behind, from institution and organization to get in market because pull out dark places talk everything. So mentorship a different thing. You can get it in church, you can get it in school, at home, and in different stages. Personally, and I have many mentors. And right now, the most critical mentor, relationship mentor, financial mentor, family mentor, even at home, there has to be some mentorship of how to relate well with your family members. If in marriage, you need a mentorship. Personally, My biggest friend said, "Jam kaka tige," my sister, my elder sister, Asunta Nyawe, and many people know her from St. Bakita. That woman is full of wisdom, and her friend Tegil, Ajo Tegil, they always, "Hi, are you big and with the chimpani?" Hello, what is wrong with you guys? No. Looking back, I realize that they are out there to they want the best for me in my marriage because I have just been recently married. Kujalan kiran kiran in a community setting where Mama do at 10, Kwandu at 10, aunties and everyone is in the and they don't know, Pana can blood tapatan with danger at 10 with you or police. So they offered, they say they see greatness in me, they see greatness in my family, and they always call me to mentor me, to give me some tips on how to be a good, good mother, a good wife, a good family woman. Well, of course, being a good on U10, but they have strength in that space, and I welcome them. That at first, well, okay, well, this is too much, but now I can reach out to them because for helping, and they keep me grounded. So each and every one of us, people who call me for, na relationship, they are managing their home. You learn from them. Cause in different role, professional roles, you can professional, bankers, or you can professional advocates, you can professional. They have spaces where they need mentorship. You can academician, they want to continue their lifelong education. They inspire each other. For my husband, academician, and when comes to school, anything school is good at it. Now my mentor, he guides me when it's something academics. And that is each and every one of us. I don't care, contribute, and you have to have mentor. You tell ladies are now their skill that they give me. And so we got my call U10 message I mean today Kinira and that and is that look at people in your life and being intentional about the kind of relationship you have with them. Is it nurturing or is it draining? Or is it just there in purpose? You have to audit. And we were having this conversation with Kanala Kira on phone, and we were talking about the conversation we are having with our friends, family, and colleagues. And we were talking about the three P's. Is the communication you have on daily basis with someone good, productive? You need inspired to take action. The manner conversation we're having on the U-turn, is it inspiring you to take something positive in your life? If not yet productive, don't come to Utah next Saturday because we are always here on Saturday and we take 1 hour or 2 hours sometime of your time. If it is a conversation with that doesn't add value to you, why come and waste time every day? You can find other alternative platform where you can listen to conversation that nourish your soul, that empower you to take action, that make you a better person. So we have that question: is this even in personal life? If you're in Jamaran and I can product, one feeling that you are empowered, you need to do something. That conversation and so we make that commitment. Like it has to be productive, it has to be positive. Their communication when but the Quran problem because been the one we need drain. Is what you could negativity at this point, even if you're toxic positivity, we welcome because it reach to a place where you don't need anything that weigh you down because we already fighting so many things. We want to fight for progress, for social change, for so many things. We don't want other people to bring more war. We want people that want mentorship, right? Brani, you said this good thing. Oh, that is inspiring. I feel good. I impact someone. Now, how can I do even more to make your life better? That kind of conversation is good. It's uplifting. It is empowering. It is future looking. It's progressive, right? After that, is it purposeful? Is it profitable? Is it like it has to be something that is purposeful, that has progress in it, and those are the things that you need to have going forward. So always we ask you, thank you for joining, and we will be here every Saturday to talk about topics that relate to our personal life. At Adult Counselor, we need to talk about more about things that we can control, things that we can change, and then when we are empowered, we are grounded. Now we go and fight things that are hard, that need institution to come together and fight. And that is what we are doing here on the U10. Give you tools. Bakoria, natural grounded, we join forces with you for big social change. The change start with us, and it start with us identifying areas that need improvement in our life, who are in school, who are, who are called in workplaces. You need a mentor at work. You need a mentor everywhere in your life. So thank you. And as Alakir mentioned, say what powerful, productive conversation. Tell them today. What is your takeaway? Put it in the comment or put it in the caption. Do in the video share. What lesson have you learned that someone else who is looking for it can just find it to be able to search. So now again, in and thanks for being part of the U10 community. Come next week, we will be here again talking about other productive topics. So Nelly can we call kid. Thank you, Dorcas, for always being here. And Nelly can we back Yara long weekend.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.